Hi, I'm Xander Mittman. I'm a product manager at Salesforce working on Lightning Console. We know your agents and reps often do the same thing over and over again, which is tedious and takes time. Macros are the free no-code solution to automating actions like sending emails and updating case status. As an admin, you can enable macros at the org level so they're accessible for all your users. For this demo, let's imagine I'm an inside sales rep working through my list of opportunities.
So I've selected this opportunity that I'm working. A few days ago, I made my first call. I've just made my second call attempt for this opportunity, but they didn't pick up. My standard process now is to log a call and create a task to follow up 3 days from now. With this macro, I can do it all with one click. So let's see that in action. First, I go down to the macros on the utility bar, and I select the macro, call to, did not answer. Then I click the Run Macro button. You can see each action being completed. That only took a few seconds. So let's minimize the macro to see what effect that macro had. You can see here that there's a second call logged, that was just logged today, and then a new task to call again, set for a few days from now. Let's take a closer look at what that macro is doing. Select the macro from the list and click View Details. The first step shows that it's going to take effect on the opportunity we're looking at. The second one is to log a call with a specified subject. And the third one is to create a new task for a follow-up call with a specified subject and due date. We'll look at that in a little bit in the macro builder. Let's take a step back and walk through how you can take advantage of this powerful tool. First, you need to add the macros button to the utility bar. Go to Setup, select App Manager in Quick Find, find the app you want to add the macros button to. In this case will be Sales Console. Select Edit from the right. Select Utility Bar on the left. And macros is already here from the demo, but if we wanted to add it, we would click Add, find macros in here, and then click Save. And let's talk about sharing while we're here. As an admin, you can configure which users see which macros. Macros are a standard object in file sharing configurations you're already familiar with. For example, if org-wide sharing is public, then all macros are shared. If org-wide sharing is private, then the macro can be manually shared with groups, roles, and users. For now, you'll need to configure this sharing in Classic, or you can use the API. To show you how easy it is to build and edit a macro, let's create a similar macro from scratch. Select Macros, click the plus sign to create a new macro. Give it a macro name, demo call to. You can enter a description if you want. And apply to, in this case, opportunity is selected by default. So this is a list of objects you can create macros for. Macros are supported for top standard objects and all custom objects. So we'll leave it on opportunity and click Save. Now we want to add more actions to it, so we'll click Edit Instructions, which will open in a new browser tab. Supported operations vary by the selected object type. Macros support both standard and custom actions. So we want to first log a call, so click Add Instructions, and then click on the Log a Call button here. So anything that highlights on hover on the left side, you can add to the macro builder. Select Log a Call, we'll enter the subject, call to, enter a comment, made a second call, and then click the Save button. You have to click the Save for that specific save action to be added to the macro. Then similarly, we'll add the instruction for a task. So we'll create a new task so we remember to make call 3. Subject, make call 3, and give it a due date. And then similarly, click the Save button. So that's all there is for the instructions, and then click Save on the macro. So now we can close that. We go back to our opportunity, bring up macros, and there is the macro that we just created. And you can check your work by clicking View Details, and there are the actions. So you can edit those again by clicking Edit Instructions like we did before. You can also clone the macro if you want to make a variant of that with some changes.
To recap, a macro lets you complete the steps of a repetitive process with a single click, saving hours of time. They're easy to create and share with all your users. Now go try creating a macro in your org today and see just how easy it is. Thanks for watching.